How are you doing?
Going on? I got your text
Yeah. All right, cool.
just to let you know.
Love your background. What room is that? That's at your house, right?
Yeah, it's just I got two kind of office areas.
Hmm.
Like there's my other one over there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, if I can get this kind of, it doesn't matter. How's life?
It's good, man. It's absolutely slammed. It's in a good way. So working on this guy.
Oh
So
yes, I love that.
mhm.
Is it gonna be a digital version too?
Yeah, there'll be a digital version. So I got the Millionaires Daily Workbook. I have the Millionaires Playbook. I'm working on an app. MIT Espanol is going to be launched at the end of this month. So yeah, man.
You're gonna be
All
at 100 people in like a month.
yeah, actually already approaching 20 people. So getting there.
Well, I meant in the network,
Oh, yeah. That too.
but
So
yeah, 20. So you in your coaching, you got how many? 20, 25, 20?
no, approaching 20. So yeah,
So
I don't want to get too much because then I end up getting myself a job. So
yeah, I know. I hear you.
yeah. Uh-huh. All right. Andrew, go ahead and let's let Andy in. So whenever you're ready. And then just make sure that we're streaming on Instagram too, please, Andrew. Yes. There you
Robert,
go. How are you doing?
James, I'm doing amazing, brother. How are you?
Good, man. Doing well. So, Andrew, just confirm that we're ready to go so that we can go ahead and get started.
Who's our audience, brother?
Well, basically, we stream online on Instagram, and then we're going to get this thing recorded. We'll put it on YouTube. We'll get you a version of that, so you're more than welcome to repost it. But it's basically all across the real estate industry. So we got lenders, we got realtors, title, escrow, all of the everythings.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, Andrew, if we can get that confirmation. All right, there we go. Perfect. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So we do have a special guest today. We do have, of course, Mr. Andy Zamora. We are going to be talking about getting to know him a little bit better. Of course, as usual, I do have my guest here, Mr. James Shelby. Always a pleasure. So let's jump right into it. Andy, share with us. Where are you coming from? Tell us a little bit more for the people that don't know you. How do we get some referrals out to you? All that good stuff.
Awesome. Well, first and foremost, thank you, Robert, for the platform. Thank you, James, for co-hosting. It is an honor to be able to share what some of our life lessons and scars we've picked up in the business world, and in hopes that it serves some of our audience here so that they don't have to go through the same trials and tribulations that we've gone through. A little bit about me. I grew up in the Central Valley. I come from an immigrant family. Like many of us, were encouraged to go to school. I went to college, kinesiology major. I thought I was going to be a PE teacher and coach high school soccer. And life had other plans while I was getting ready to wrap up my degree. I was working at a solar company. I was working for Solar City,
Okay.
and a cousin of mine introduced me to a cousin of mine that moved from Arizona became someone I got very, very close with. And I saw the progress he made. I saw him move initially to a very small house and live very, very humbly, very modest. And little by little, I saw him move into a nicer home, and then he bought a nice ranchette, and then I saw him buy a beautiful truck, and I couldn't help but ask, like, Primo, what are you doing? And he told me he was doing mortgages. So he basically gave me a stack of his business cards. I told him that I was running into renters all of the time while I was working at the solar company, and that kind of led to him telling me a little bit more about the mortgage business and the income potential and what the job consisted of. And I came to the conclusion that, you know what, I think it would make a lot more sense for me to explore the mortgage industry with but after finding out what the job entailed and the income potential that really drew me in.
Yeah.
So it was the best of both worlds. I felt like it would be an honor to help families reach such an incredible milestone in their lives of accomplishing home ownership. And then the upside, like the income potential, was something I can't lie about. It was also very enticing. And that was the start of the mortgage industry. At first 2 years, I kind of struggled up north, went to an entrepreneurial event in September of 2017 down south. And that's where I met my new mentors. After that event, I identified Willie Escobar on stage. He was talking about having his first seven-figure year. And I thought to myself, man, if I had a mentor like that, I would freaking rock it. And 6 months later, I moved down south under Willie Escobar. He changed my life, taught me the ins and outs about mortgages and how to scale my business beyond just myself, which introduced me to the leverage game and social media, prospecting not just one to one, which is what I was doing previously, looking for clients and agents and opportunities at the one to one basis. He showed me how social media can allow for me to promote my business one to many virtually. So that then created a bunch of opportunities with agents and clients. I had more than I could actually service, which then led to me starting a team organically. And before you knew it, we expanded across the state of California, just from me being originally from up north, buddies from up here getting curious about what I did, me living down south,
Yeah.
me being in proximity with people down there allowed for me to grow two teams and service clientels in different markets simultaneously. So fast forward to 2022, I opened up my own brokerage. Last 2 years, we've been doing amazing. Last year, we had an opportunity to help 543 families across the state of California. Now we have loan officers. I mean, just about any county in the country. I mean, in the nation. We'll get to the country here in the next few
Yeah.
years. But yeah, it's been an awesome journey, and I'm hoping that with some questions here, we're able to highlight what some of the key lessons have been that maybe can serve our audience.
Yeah,
But
for
that's a
sure.
little bit. Yeah,
Yeah, awesome. So you're running Next Gen Home Loans, which is obviously your handle here on Zoom. So I love that. And how many LOs are you at now?
41.
41. I love that. And then of course you do have a sister company, which is the real estate side.
That's
What's the
correct.
name of the real estate company?
Legacy Realty Group.
There we go, Legacy. And then you have several offices. You guys are located, and when you say down south, so the audience is all on the same page. You're talking about servicing, from San Diego all the way up to basically how far?
Yeah, so till north of Sacramento, then not all the Bay Area, but a couple offices in the Bay Area, Central Coast, out
Yeah,
by Santa Cruz, Salinas, then bringing it back to the Central Valley. I'm in Modesto right now. We have an office in Merced, an office in Delano, an office in Bakersfield, Anaheim, and then I'm in San Diego as well. So
that's awesome. I
yeah,
love that. It really impresses me. I always, the moment that I got to know you, the very first time that I was introduced, I was like, I got to get to know this guy, Andy.
yeah.
We've had a couple of conversations, and I really appreciate, you making time for us here. As far as moving forward, this is basically, I mean, it sounds like you're really just kind of getting started, moving forward. If we were to go to 2, 3 years from now, what does that look like for you? Where do you want to be at 2, 3 years from now?
I would love for see most of our business right now is referral based, primarily coming from our real estate partners. And I believe that something that could truly explode growth is learning about the ads game. One of our mentors these past few years, we've had several awesome, it has been Patrick but David.
Oh yeah.
We have a nice chunk of change to learn from him. And his agency, which was 40 something thousand licensed life insurance agents before he sold, were his company grew organically, meaning like referral. They became master referral agents, and that was awesome. That's what he taught us initially. Was just how to how to how to build the company that way, the business that way. But in a recent coaching, he mentioned how like if he had the opportunity to go back, he would have definitely now explored the ads route. And I know that's gonna be huge. We now pay Alex Ramosi to help us with that, and Ryan Blair has his gurus that are gonna be pouring onto us to support us with that. So it's just putting. I believe that when the infrastructure is able to deliver the service consistently, then ads and investing into that and having that dialed in can truly expedite the growth. So I'm looking forward to a lot of our business coming from that self-generate, well, not self company generated business that we can then distribute amongst our team.
Love that.
I love to hear your story, starting from kind of humble beginnings now to where you're at, and obviously going to keep expanding in the future. We have a lot of real estate agents that watch, what we do here on the live, but it sounds like initially you started in the home loan space. And for the lenders that do watch our show here, what would you tell a lender that maybe is kind of, small fish right now, wants to grow? What is the best way for them to increase the volume of loans that they're doing, the amount of agents that they're working with? What would be kind of a few tips you would give them? Say, hey, this can take you to the next level.
Yeah. Anybody that's looking to, well, there's a number of things that come to mind. I have like 10 tabs opened up at the same time. So I'm trying to figure out how deep to go into each of them.
Sure,
But
yeah.
you guys know Grant Cardone. You guys know uh, gentleman from Wolf of Wall Street. What's his name?
Oh, Belfort.
Belfort.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys ever saw their like a podcast that they had together. And
They
and
kind of got into it, didn't they, a
yeah,
little
they
bit?
did.
Yeah,
Belfort
yeah.
was talking about how he focuses so heavily on creating sales ninjas. I'm talking about you got a rebuttal for every freaking objection. You're just very, very, very well versed. And I think that's a requirement. We're helping people with hundreds of thousands. That's yes. But what Grant was emphasizing was that the better marketer is going to beat the better salesperson every day of the week. So then exponential growth is going to have to like require for us to develop or for us to pay or find the person or the technology that allows for us to reach a lot more than what many times we would if we were just focused on like staying relevant with all the major changes that are all the changes that are going on in the economy and guidelines and programs, because that's always going to happen. So I think of my marketing comes up, hiring, leveraging, learning about leadership comes up, uh, emotional intelligence comes up.
Yes.
I've seen it where, I mean, you really do have to become better at problem solving because when we're talking about more deals, more escrows, it becomes more responsibility, and our ability to resolve bigger problems also has to be there.
I know.
So
I know
yeah,
that was a little bit of a broad question, and I know it's tough to kind of narrow that down. But let me maybe I can help.
yeah,
For agents, a lot of it's agents do more of a B to C, right? The agents are looking for clients, but with lenders, they go both ways, right? In the sense that they're dealing with B to B, right? Lender to agent relationship, but then also going from B to C, where you lender to client, right? So you can either go after agents and hope they give you deals as a lender, or you can go straight to the client. Have you found that one or the other is better? Does it need to be a good mix of both? What's your opinion on that for loan
yeah.
officers?
For loan officers, it's got to be Hermosi talks about key man risk, key channel risk. So if more than 30% of your business comes from one channel, if it means like just one agent, um, Instagram only, then a lot of your businesses, it's like a high risk. So you do have to distribute. So also reminds me of like other lessons that we learn about. This is down the road, but when we create wealth, many times you do need one. You need to become a master at real estate, a master at loans, and don't get too caught up on all these other opportunities, solar, life insurance, all these other streams. It's one, become a master, maximize as much as you possibly can, getting the most that you can out of that industry, Then hopefully you're building wealth, investing in real estate, and then from SFRs going into commercial to expedite, like how soon you get to creating wealth. And once you create wealth, you want to distribute your wealth in a number of the magic number was eight, like eight plus different types of industries, so that you protect your wealth in case one industry takes a hit, the other one's maybe doing a little bit better. Same thing with the channels. So the magic number was 30%. 30% of your business coming from one lead source or one channel is is high risk, and it's important to start creating new channels.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, I love that. One of the things that really intrigues me about you, Andy, is your big thinking, and there's kind of this unfortunateness, more so with us Latinos, where we kind of hit this plateau where there's a lot of complacency. We become conformistas, as we call it.
Yeah.
What keeps you going? How do you fight that complacency for yourself?
So so I've heard people in the past, and my sister's like this. So a little bit ago, well, this past Saturday, we had a sales leadership summit with some of the top leaders in our mortgage company, and we were talking about money types. There's eight money types. My sister fell under the category of let me see, I might even be able to share it with you guys. It was, let me see. Am I able to share my screen?
Andrew, can we make sure we get Andy the opportunity to share screen? And yes, you can. So,
Oh, that's cool. Watch. So we're talking about money types, and it has to do, yeah, I mean, this is so awesome. So there's eight money types. And there's a hippie who thinks money's bad. They just want to get rid of it. They don't want to touch it. There's an indifferent that, man, they don't really get motivated through money. They're just happy with the card not declining if they ever want to go buy anything. There's a compulsive savers, a compulsive spenders, a compulsive money maker, and you can go deeper into all of these. The worrier, the gambler, the saver slash splurger. So she's the indifferent. Money. She was a teacher. She was in the educational sector for 20 years, and anybody that goes into teaching, many times they're not doing it for financial gain type of reasons. They're not doing it because they're ambitious individuals. They want to serve. They have a servant heart. So she's very indifferent. But here's what changed her money identity. In 2021, we want to go visit Bobby Castro. Do you know who Bobby Castro is?
yeah.
Okay, awesome. So he sold at an event. He was one of the keynote speakers, and he sold the company for $1 billion, and his multi-unit portfolio is 750 million. And he's like, man, in this season in life, I wish I could share with all of you guys some of the lessons I've learned. And I'm thinking of doing a 3-day event where you guys can come to Florida, and I'll show you my business, I'll show you my portfolios, and just give you as much as we can for those 3 days. So my sister and I tagged along, and my sister's indifferent. She doesn't care to have nice things. She doesn't care for brand clothes, jewelry, nice cars, big houses. She don't care about that. But it's different to say that you don't want it, you don't care for it, and never been exposed to it, never touched it, never felt it, never been like in that space,
Yeah.
versus like you saying you don't want it, you don't care for it, you don't want it, like it doesn't motivate you, but you actually know what it's like. You get to live in that space for a bit, and we did for 3 days. So after that event, I mean, we're jumping in a yacht and freaking going to restaurants that had no entrance other than like rolling up in a yacht. And it was
Yeah.
just a different lifestyle. So for us, it was
Right.
like, whoa, people live like this? This is
Uh-huh.
crazy. And I'm talking, these people have jets and beautiful homes. We walked in their homes, their businesses, walked their 300 plus unit complexes. It was crazy. So she was like, okay, wait. Oh, okay, hold on. I used to think that rich people were greedy and that they were bad. And now I'm starting to meet some of them, and I can see that their values are completely different than what I envisioned. I saw that the lifestyle that they have and what they were able to accomplish is incredible. And yes, of course, I would love this for myself and my family. But yeah, she said, okay, I now understand that my goal is to maximize God's talents. I need to multiply, like the parable of talents. I need to multiply my talents. And if God entrusts me with so like that much, then awesome. I will definitely receive. I would love that. So let's work toward building something massive. Let's impact thousands of lives. And yes, I am now open and I would love a lifestyle like that. If God entrusts me with it, and if if I use my talents and multiply them enough to impact the lives that would then in turn compensate us, at that amount. But she was no longer
Yeah.
opposed to it because she used to
Mm.
say, "No, I don't want it," but she had never been in that space.
Hmm.
When she got
Yeah.
exposed to it, she was like, "Oh yes, no, I mean, yeah, heck yeah, I would love it."
Right.
So you touch a little bit of what to answer your question, James. It was you have to get exposed to what that could look like for you and your family, and you also have to get exposed to like the third world countries. I love traveling and I love going to places that remind me that remind me how fortunate we are to get an opportunity to swing for the fences in this country.
Love
So with that, I mean, I just look to pay the best coaches I can get access to, the best coaches I can afford at this moment, and I do my best executing on the playbooks they give me, and that becomes a hard part. But yeah, I'm swinging for the fences. I expose myself to those that don't have the opportunities that we have, and I expose myself to those that have a crazy lifestyle
Right.
to stay motivated. Both motivate me.
Yeah. Let me ask a follow-up question to
Yeah.
that. Going back to a little bit of your sister and, obviously getting exposed, so on and so forth. Do you feel, and this is kind of, again, this is just a Robert personal opinion. Do you feel as if though sometimes that shows up in people simply because think about going back to high school. I don't want to be one of the cool kids because it's gonna, I don't want to look stupid if I'm not the cool kid. So do you think that that's part of either the lack of exposure or is it just simply they don't want to take the risks to accomplish some of those big features? What's your opinion on that?
Well, keep elaborating on the question. I want to make sure I understood it. I don't know that I understand it.
Sure. So going back to as an example, this as
Yeah,
your sister was exposed, as
yeah,
you guys went out, saw some of these elaborate things, because it is very common for people to have security, and especially in the Latino community, to have that security, paycheck Friday, 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 Friday,
yeah,
paycheck, right? Um, do you feel as if though a large part of their lack of risk or wanting to get to that next level in terms
yeah,
of financially is kind of equivalent to back when we were in high school of, hey, I don't want to be the cool kid because in that it's going to require a lot of risk. It's going to require
yeah.
your exposure, things of that nature. What's your thought behind that?
Well, let me tell you what. Go back to man. I almost want to go back and show more slides of our
Yeah.
leadership summit, but we were talking a lot about personality types, money types. We were talking about risk tolerance.
Oh, there we go.
So we all have different risk tolerances.
Yeah.
And my sister always needed her yang.
Mhm.
So she's more conservative, more logic. I'm more impulsive, more risk adverse, more emotional.
Mhm.
And we need both. But she needed the risk adverse partner, and I need her because sometimes I want to do too much too fast and
Mhm.
put too much on the line, and that's also unhealthy.
Yeah.
So it's having awareness on your strengths, your gifts, your talents, and knowing what you'll need support with. So that's kind of how that's been working. She borrows some of my big think, and I do my part. Sometimes paying for the coaching that is like, whoa, what the heck? But after she gets exposed to it, she sees the value in it. Many times we see the price and things, but fail to know the value until we get it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
100%, 100%. Great points there. We talked about the loan side of things. Let's maybe switch a little bit to the agent and the real estate, sales part of things when it comes to, helping people buy and sell homes. How do you what advice do you give to the agents that are underneath you on the real estate side of the business as far as you're on both sides of the loan and the real estate. How can agents, I don't know if leverage is the right word, but how can they really benefit from their lender? How does that relationship look like? What advice do you give? Hey, how can an agent get the most out of their lender? Not again, not not to be greedy, right? But to say, hey, how can we work together? What does that relationship look like? What advice do you give to your agents when it comes to working with lenders?
When it comes to working with lenders, man, this was a good question.
That's what we're
So,
here for.
yeah,
It's a little bit tough, right? Because
yeah,
when you're just on the real estate side, a lot of the advice is, hey, get as many referrals from the lender. See if you can get the lender to cover some of your marketing expenses. But you've seen both sides of the coin, right? So how do you what advice do you give to your agents on that?
you know what I think is really important. This is for agents. This is for LOs. This is for so back to Bobby Castro's event. He brought in all his in that 3 day workshop. He brought in his brokers, his insurance person, his lenders, his CPA. He brought all the people that makes up his A team. He's like, this is my 1991 Chicago Bulls team. So what we took away from that whole event was that human capital was even senior to like the actual monetary value that we see in dollar bills. So our partnerships are so important. To us, it was wow, relationships was the biggest takeaway from this whole trip. And it's important to identify if the partnerships that we have, like what season in life and in business are they? Are they in season in the season where they're kind of like on their way up? Or are they in a this is just one of many things that I would look for. Are they coasting? Are they on the decline? Because everybody that we're the number one predictor of future success is associations, like who we spend most time with. So we want our partners, everybody that we're close with and trading a lot of this trading time with, to be on the same projection than we are, especially if we're talking about business. So strategic partners like that would be awesome. Partners that if an opportunity to invest in ads and billboards and mailers and whatever, that they're also invested in growth. They also want to explode. They're not complacent. They're not submitting to the status quo. That to me would be really, really important to make sure that there's alignment in that. And then of course, just always conducting good business. Many people will, especially in our industry, with the amount of money that is on the line, they focus on the short and sometimes do business that we should have the maturity, the business maturity to know what we need to say no to. And the right partnerships will make sure that we keep it that way. The bad partnerships sometimes are the ones that are trying to tell you, bro, come on, like that BOE loan that you get, things that would be high risk,
Yeah.
unnecessary risk, so it'll take a lot of maturity there to have the right partners keep those guardrails in place for us to be able to stay in the game for a long time.
You've talked a lot throughout this conversation. We're almost going to bring it to an end because we want to respect your time, but you've talked a lot about coaches and mentors and mentorship and the emphasis that you put on that. And Robert, I know Robert has, obviously you got MIT Millionaires in Training, but you also have something new coming out, which I don't know if you want to announce it here, if this is the right time, but hey, I want to bring it up because I'm excited about it. You've
Yeah.
got your training program, but now available in Spanish. I don't know if you want to elaborate on that real quick, but
Yeah, well, thanks for
I don't
putting
want to
me on
put you on the spot.
the spot. Yeah. So yeah, Andy, actually, as you know, I own my own coaching company, Millionaires in Training, MIT, and I basically, yeah, here's an announcement. We're launching MIT Espanol. So we're going to be doing an entire coaching platform in Spanish, and we're going to be having our first training on 225. So at the end of this month, got a big group out in South Florida, so just going to continue to work that, continue working the coaching industry, and yeah, continue to just grow that area as much as we possibly can. So we want to be respectful of your time, Andy, and obviously we want to wrap this thing up. How do we help you? How do we help Andy get to that next level? What is it that we can share with the audience? How do they get a hold of you? How can we help you?
Thank you for offering, brother. It means a lot. It talks a lot about your guys' character, and I really value that. I actually think that this program, that the coaching program, is going to be something that we need to capitalize in. We've talked in the past.
Yeah.
We haven't cemented that partnership, and I hope that that's what we're able to do, because we have aspirations of being the largest brokerage in the nation, and we're going to need a strong, the best development system. We need the best trainers to help our people ramp up. So I believe that would be you. So that's what comes to mind, brother.
Awesome. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I'm ready. Put me in. So, yeah, let's get this thing off the ground. So, yeah, again, for everybody who has, of course, joined us, Andy, Zamora, absolute pleasure. I'm really excited. I love working, alongside people that have big aspirations, want to get to that next level, and just continuing to grow. And of course, my co-host here, Mr. James Shelby. So with that being said, thank you, Andy, for being here. We're going to go ahead and, of course, get this all edited out. We'll get it on YouTube. We'll get it over to you, Andy, as well, so you can use it for your resume in addition to. And yeah, for sure, let's connect.
Let's
Because
do
then
it.
training.
I'd be happy to come out to your neck of the woods, Visalia area, right?
Yeah, actually,
James,
I'm doing a
you're
lot
there?
of. Tell me again.
James is there as well.
I'm a little more south. I'm in Temecula area, kind of a little bit north
Okay,
of San Diego. Yep.
awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm in San Diego, so we'll
Let's connect.
have to
Yeah.
get together.
100%.
Yeah, always welcome. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Again, hopefully you guys enjoyed the opportunity to spend the last 30 minutes with Mr. Andy Zamora. Thank you guys as well. We'll see you guys on the next one. See you
You got
soon.
it.
Bye-bye.